What's up guys, welcome to my golf channel JDH Golf. Today I'm going to be taking you through a 9-hole course vlog at my home course, Redding Country Club, located in the southern parts of Johannesburg in South Africa. During this golf series I'm going to be taking you through different rounds of golf where I play at different golf courses around South Africa to basically show you how I get on. I'm also going to be doing different challenges to see how I get on, as well as not only being an avid golfer, I am an exercise and sports conditioning specialist, so I will be bringing different content in terms of fitness, how to get golf fit or in the best shape for golf to try and improve your game, as well as sharing tips and tricks what I've learned over the years playing golf. So stay tuned. So starting off on the back 9, 10th hole, 405 meters. I've got a 4-iron in hand. And unfortunately I hit a shock over shot and shanked it right into the tree. Fortunately bounces back into the fairway. I eventually got on the green in 4, now putting for bogey. I'm reading this left to right. Hits a really good roll. Unfortunately just leaking out to the left hand side of the hole, tapping it in for a double bogey. Not the greatest start. Moving on to the 11th hole, par 3. It's 200 meters to the back of the green where the pin is located. I've got a 6-iron in hand. It's a really great shot, putting it 5 feet away from the pin for birdie. So I'm reading this putt left to right. It's a really good putt and get it in for birdie. Back to 1 over par. Moving on to the 12th hole, par 5, 450 meters. Taking driver here. It's into heavy wind, as you can hear from the video. I hit the drive on a really good line. Just unfortunately again held up in the wind and finding the fairway bunker. I've got still 200 meters to the pin. So I've got a pitching wedge here. The bunker is not that high, so I'm pinning in the back of the stance so I make good contact with the ball. It's a good bunker shot, putting it 80 meters away from the pin. I've got a lob wedge in hand, again playing into a little bit of a wind. So I'm just trying to get it on the front edge of the green as the pin's located right at the front of the green. I hit a good shot, just got held up in the wind a little bit, and I'm 5 meters short of the green. So this green is a lot faster than normally all the rest of the greens. I don't know why, but it's normally faster. So I'm reading this putt right to left. So I've just got to hit this right at the right pace. If I hit it too hard, it's miles away from the pin. I hit a really good roll, and for a second it looked like it was going to drop for birdie, just stopping shy of the hole. So I'll go in to make a par, staying at 1 over, moving on to the 13th hole. Moving on to the 13th hole, it's a par 4, very long, 430 meters. I've got driver in hand. I hit a really big drive, just leaking a little bit to the right hand side. I've just got over 100 meters to the pin, which is located at the back of the green. I've got a wedge in hand, just going to knock it down, try and get as close as possible. Hit quite a good shot, just had a little bit of a hard bounce, just rolling off the back of the green. So I've got quite a difficult putt here, a little bit downhill, left to right. I've just got to get the pace perfect and try and get it close to the pin and try and walk away with the par. Unfortunately just hit it a little bit too hard and leaving myself quite a difficult putt for par. So I'm reading this again right to left, but unfortunately it was quite a straight putt. Obviously when you putt uphill it doesn't break as much. So unfortunately I just missed it to the right hand side of the hole and making a bogey. So I'm at 2 over, moving on to the 14th hole. Par 4, 335 meters with the wind behind, so I'm trying to get as close to the green as possible. It's a really good drive, a little bit of a cut, but unfortunately just finding the bunker just guarding the green. So the pin is located on the right hand side near the middle of the green. I've just got to try and get this out the bunker. The bunkers at Reading can be a little bit unpredictable. It's a really good bunker shot, leaving it just in the middle of the green. I've still got quite a little bit of work to do to try and get a par. So this putt is for birdie, but the main objective is trying to walk away with a par. So I'm reading this putt left to right, a little bit uphill, but it's quite a difficult putt to read. It's a decent putt, just leaking too much to the right hand side. So I finished this up for par, staying at 2 over par. Moving on to the 15th hole, a short par 3, very tricky, playing over water. So you can't miss right or left. There's water on the right and it's out of bounds on the left. I've got a wedge in hand downhill, so I'm trying to just knock it down, try and bounce it on the front edge of the green and let it run forward. It's a decent shot on a very good line, just falling short and catching the muddy part just before the green. So, very difficult chip here. I've got to make sure I do not chunk it and try and make good contact with the ball to get it up to the pin. It's a very good chip considering the lie I had, just leaving it about 5 feet away for par. It's a very tricky little putt this, because it's a lot of undulation and a lot of breaks just in a 5 feet putt. Unfortunately just miss it just on the right hand side and then tap it in for bogey. So I'm now 3 over par, moving on to the very difficult 16th hole, a dog leg right. So this is about 390 meters. As you can see, there's a lot of houses on the left hand side, so we don't want to miss left. We want to try and hit quite a big slice to try and get it around the corner on the right hand side. It's a decent shot, unfortunately just going too much right, so I'm in a bit of a sticky situation. Got to go under the trees now, catch a little bit of the tree, but luckily enough it went out. We've got about 50 meters to the pin here. Again, into quite a lot of wind. So I hit a very good pitch and put it again about 5 feet away from the pin. So I'm putting downhill. Looks like it's going to break from right to left. Also a very tricky putt. So I hit quite a decent putt, just missing on the left hand side. So I eventually put this in for a bogey. Moving on to the second last hole, par 4. Playing 335 meters. I've got a 4-iron in hand, just trying to put it in the fairway, so I've got a good chance for my second shot. It's a really good shot, unfortunately just bounced, got a horrible kick and bounced to the right towards the trees. So I've literally got to go under the tree and just try and put it in a good position. There are bunkers protecting the green, so I just want to finish just short of them. So I played a good shot, leaving myself about 15 meters towards the pin. I've got to get this up and down as quickly as I can. Not a lot of green to work with. It's a decent shot, just going a little bit too far to the back of the green. So, I've got a downhill putt. This is for par. Unfortunately, just stopped shy of the hole and I made a bogey. So, I'm at 5 over par going on to the last hole. Unfortunately, we did not take the last hole, but I made a really good birdie. So, I finished at 4 over par. A decent round at Reading Country Club in difficult conditions with a lot of wind.